I don't know what it is that made this happen to online culture, but I don't really know why it has just become a thing online where you're just like not allowed to like anything if it doesn't have a 9 or 10 star rating next to it. And if you don't watch anything else other than that, you only have slop. And this like just entire hyperfixation on what a thing is rated online by a bunch of randos on the internet has made it so that people will just do anything humanly possible to make sure that their anime, it's mainly anime, but their anime or show has like a really high rated thing, just so they can like kind of hold it up to like anyone and say, look at what I watch good shows, look at me, hey. The reason why I want to talk about this is because the first episode of Steel Ball Run came out, the anime, one of the most anticipated animes you'll see, probably one of the most anticipated animes in the last few years. And with it debuted with a 9.35 on my anime list, the number one place for anime takes and anime opinions. And the reason why this was such a big deal and caused a big bunch of hoopla is because it dethroned Frieren at the current moment as the number one anime on my anime list. And I guess that means to some people that it is now the greatest anime ever to be made, and it will, mark the history books as the greatest piece of art ever. And the reason why also this was such a big deal is because I guess a lot of Frieren fans are Frieren like enjoyers have been notorious for review bombing the ever living shit about anything that dethrones Frieren as the number one anime. And so I saw this tweet of this guy who's kind of been chronicling the Frieren fans review bombing the rating, or attempting to review bomb the ratings on Steel Ball Run. So you have this tweet right here where he just says, JoJo Part 7 Steel Ball Run has dethroned both seasons of Frieren on my anime list as the highest rated anime. Frieren fans will probably start review bombing JoJo like they did with other series. Now, I had no idea that Frieren fans started to review bomb a bunch of other series that were taking the number one spot, but I'm not surprised to see it. I know there's a massive toxic part of the Frieren fandom, which turns a really good show into one of the most just poisonous places on the internet to be. And this person, I don't even know. This is really funny though. And this person did. I don't even know if it's a bit or not, but it's really funny that they have started chronicling every single Frieren fan that has possibly ranked Steel Ball Run lowly. So you have this one giving it a 1. Giving it a 1. This person's like, oh, we went all the way to 72. Holy shit! But yeah, this person's a Frieren profile picture rating it a 1. We got a 1 here. Got a 1 here. Steel Ball Run with a 10 on Frieren. Got Apothecary Diaries profile picture. 10 on Frieren. This is a really funny thing that this person did, by the way. This is hilarious, but gave Steel Ball Run a 1 and then said, "What if I go back and give Frieren the second season a 10?" What else do we got? This one right here, another one, 1 on Steel Ball Run and a 10 on Frieren. This one, same thing, 1 on Steel Ball Run, 10 on Frieren. I guess it was a manga, but you get the idea. 2 on Steel Ball Run, hey now, but a 10 on Frieren. And they haven't watched the full season yet. So yeah, it's just like apparently there's just a bunch of, you look at this Frieren profile picture, 2 on Frieren, or 2 on JoJo's Frieren profile picture. And I guess just there's a bunch of Frieren fans who have decided that they want to review bomb it. Now, obviously, I don't even know if these are all Frieren fans that are just review bombing it. Because like even here, like this is a 2. Like I guess they're trying to give it a 2 so it doesn't look like a review bombing it. But I have legitimately no idea why there are just so many. And I think this person's an absolute psychopath who have been able to go all the way back and like look at what the Frieren fans are rating it. Because I don't know how they did this at all. But yeah, there's just a bunch of alleged Frieren fans just tanking the ever living shit out of the ranking of Steel Ball Run because this is, I guess, the most important thing to them in their entire life, that Steel Ball Run has to be rated significantly worse than, like, this is like, okay, this is the most shameless piece of sorry, I stopped my scrolling. This is a shameless. Like, you can tell this motherfucker's a review bomber because, like, at the same time, 10, 10, 1. I wonder what happened there. But yeah, there's just so many, and then there you go. There you go. I guess they gave up after number 79. And like I went to my anime list. This is not a website that I use often, but yeah, you can see it's still there. So I don't really know how to look at the scores. I don't really know my way around Steel Ball Run. I not Steel Ball Run, Jesus. My anime list to like look at where the fuck this dude's finding those review bombs. Because I don't really know my way around this website. I don't use it that much. But because I tried to find these review bombs and I really couldn't find it. I couldn't find like a historic list of ratings. It also doesn't even look like the review bombs have heard it that much because like this post from like 10 hours ago and this score right now are exactly the same. So I don't know how often my anime list like updates their scores. So maybe like it just has a delay, or they're catching all these like the 1 star reviews as like review bombs, and they understand that like those aren't actual legitimate faithful reviews of the show. And like because I did find these like actual reviews of people like writing stuff. I think it's I think you can tell that there are some people who are really salty about it because there's 8 recommendations and then 1 mixed feelings. And look at the comparison of the number of reactions to the mixed feelings ones to all the other recommended ones. I feel like there might be an additional group of people who have an interesting sentiment and feeling around the only mixed one having the most amount of reactions to it. And yeah, once again, I couldn't really find it. I also thought it was kind of funny. This is completely a sidetrack, but one of the recommendations, if you like Steel Ball, is Uma Musume, so that's funny. I I don't know why. I guess it's a horse race there too. That's just kind of funny. Like I don't know why this is always such a big thing that happens. Like I think it happened with it might have been Breaking Bad fans or something like that. But I know like it had to have happened with one of the live action shows too, where people were just like really mad that they started review bombing everything. I think it was an issue with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood fans too, that would like they would just review bomb anything that could have possibly have taken Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood's #1 spot on my anime list. I really don't know why that's like a big thing that people do because I like once again, it just seems like people really don't even care about whether or not the show is good. They just care about it if it has the highest number next to them. And like they just try to like it's literally just like it's the brain rot of thinking stuff is good. It's just the my number's big. Guess what? Your number's not as big as mine. That means my show is the best. And I think like this entire idea of like only saying something's good based on the numbers that it produces is one of the stupidest ideas of all time. Because I know like a bunch of these losers will just like froth at the mouth if you say this that Taylor Swift is one of the best selling artists of all time. Does that mean she's one of the best artists of all time? A lot of these motherfuckers will probably disagree with that statement, but like using the exact same idea with them is that the biggest number is the best person. Their entire like viewpoint around the why they review bomb shit just falls apart entirely. And like once again, this is just one of the biggest like wastes of your time you could possibly do. It's just like, oh, your animation is scoring higher than mine. Fuck you. I'm gonna give it a 1 star rating. Talk to a human being outside instead of doing that. Talk to a real life individual. Maybe touch some grass instead of getting mad about Free Reign not being the #1 show in the entire world. And like I'm gonna say this now, I watched Steel Ball. I literally just watched it because I wanted to, watch the episode before I talked about this, and like it was pretty fucking good. It's kind of hard to mess up Steel Ball Run. They did take out a little bit of the racism surrounding Poco Loco's background, and that was kind of weird. Overall, it was almost like perfectly faithful to the show, other than like the designs being a bit funky because I don't think it's possible to animate the what Araki drew on paper. But yeah, like it was probably like a 9.5, 10 for me, like basically around where it's rated. And so that would, in theory, put it right where it would be on my anime list. But I don't even know like how you're supposed to rate it. I don't know what the group agreed upon idea of rating systems and my anime list has been made. That sentence made no sense, but you get the sentiment behind it. And I honestly, it seems like there hasn't been one because if people are just review bombing shit for fun, then like there's just no order in any capacity to what any of the rating system is because people are just review bombing with stuff they don't like. And if anything, this kind of proves a point where like if you want to give something a 10 star rating, go ahead and do it. But like don't intentionally tank shit that is performing better than what you got it because your opinion on what something and your enjoyment of something and how good something is completely just apart from what other people believe and what other people think about your shows. Whether or not JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is legitimately better and Steel Ball Run is legitimately better than Free Run Season 1 and Season 2 is entirely irrelevant to whether or not you enjoy the show or not. The numbers behind it don't matter in any capacity. If anything, all that matters is whether or not you like it. Like when I listen to music, I listen to a lot of music. I for fun look at the rate your music rating on it, and then I'll be like, did I enjoy this album or not? And if it's a yes, I'll rate it like 8 or 9 stars. If I didn't like it, I'll rate it like 3 or 4. And let you know now, I think on my rate your music, there's not a single album that I've listened to that's like rated lower than a 5 because like if I was able to sit through the entire album, I liked it. That's kind of how you had to rate stuff. If it's not your job, or if you're not intending to be someone who's like known for being critical and like an actual critic of anime, just fucking rate it on how much you enjoyed it. I don't give a shit if you thought the art was good or not. If the art like impeded on your enjoyment of the show, then rate it low or not. Who gives a fuck if like other people rate it high or low? it is really stupid. And this entire idea that people are just looking at what other people think to justify their own enjoyment of slang is just one of the stupidest things that people have ever done. And it's one of the stupidest, like, just growing ideas on the internet that you are only allowed to enjoy stuff if it has a high number next to it based on the general agreed consensus of a bunch of random people that you never fucking meet. But yeah, I mean, I kind of went on a little bit of a rant at the end of that because it does really annoy me that people just only think stuff is good if it has a big number next to it. And it's just like, be your own individual, be your own person. It doesn't matter in the long run. No one really gives a fuck about what you think and whether or not you think JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run is better than Shushu no Frieren. Who cares? Be your own person. And then touch grass instead of review bombing an anime, please. That's really all I got to say for today. So, thank you for watching. Goodbye.